What's up, my creative friends out there? Benny Boom back in the spot. You're here at Boom Jewelry Designs, jewelry adventures, tutorials, process videos, tips and tricks. You know all this stuff. There's no secrets that we keep over here. If you're new to the channel, welcome for the first time. And if you're a returning customer, welcome back. So today, if you're watching this video, guys, today we're going to make our own bezel wire. When you buy bezel wire from, say, Rio, you're like, okay, I need a thicker bezel wire or wider bezel wire for some of my bigger stones. And then I need some small bezel wire from some of my smaller stones. And then some stones I like to use thicker bezel wire, and some stones you want to use thinner bezel wire, like 30 gauge as thick as 18 gauge. So there's variations in your bezel and the piece you're making and your creativity. So when you go to Rio to buy bezel wire, you end up buying a lot of different sizes. And then you have a big old, look, all the bezel wire, guys, that back before I really started making my own bezel wire. Now, some of this stuff, like, I like this serrated bezel wire. I don't know, I can't make that. I don't know if you guys can see. Am I making sense? Okay, there you go. The serrated stuff, I don't know how to make it. So I buy the serrated, and I have all kinds of, I bought all this, guys. I have a bunch of different bezel wires. 30 gauge, 28 gauge, 28 gauge. I like 28 gauge. Now, if you're watching this video, which you are, because you're here, let's make our own bezel wire that we can have the luxury to make it thinner, thicker, taller, shorter, and we can just have one piece of bezel wire that, and if you have a rolling mill, this is for my people out there that have a rolling mill. Guys, if you don't have a rolling mill, buy a cheap Vevor rolling mill for like 200 bucks and take really good care of it. Don't push metal through it too hard, and it'll last you a long time. Enough for you can build up enough money so you can buy a Pepe or you can buy a Durston. Some of us are poor kids, guys, so we have to figure out what's going to work for us. So, guys, to make our own bezel wire, this is what I have. And this is what we're going to use today. We're going to use fine silver. This is that I got a while back. And if you look, guys, you know silver these days is about over $40 an ounce. I got 10 ounces for 300 bucks. So that is $30 an ounce because I'm a mathematician. And so, yeah, sometimes you get good when you buy it a long time ago. So if you can go back in time, that'd be the way to go. Let me show you how we do this. I know you guys I want to make this video as short as possible. And I can already tell that I'm squawking and gawking too much. And you guys are like, shut the hell up, boy, and get to work. Okay, here we go. This is what I do. This is exactly what I do. I use my bolt cutters, and I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking from my rolling mill. So you put it in there about this much, guys. Put your piece of silver in there that much. You're making basically the square. See how thick that is? You want the square to be about whatever that thickness is on this side, and that thickness is on this side. And it could be a little bit thicker on the cutting side because we're going to use our hammer and just kind of form this. So what I do is I just do this a bunch of times. I start light. That might be a little thick, guys. Might have got a little froggy with it. So what I do, guys, is I just bite. I just bite slowly. And I just rotate it back and forth. And some of us, especially some of us that are not buff, if you're not buff, you're not going to be able to do this very easily. So I would recommend that you do a little bit on the ground. I'm going to do some right here just so you guys can see. I'm not going to cut you guys out. But sometimes what I do right here is I go like this. Put it on the ground. I hope you guys can see that. Can you? Oh, shit, you guys are off. Okay, I put it on the ground. And then I just put my body weight like that. And then I bring it up, flip it back over. Put it on the ground, use your body weight. Now we're biting into it pretty good. Don't go too haywire on it. I work the silver like you love it. You know, you're not trying to murder it. Now let's just take a quick look at that so you guys can see how much we're biting into that. Can you guys see that? We're getting pretty good. So we're just going to keep doing that. And then just a little bit more. We're almost there. I don't think that we have to do this for 20 years. Because I got appointments. I got things to do, Johnny. Okay, so once it gets to where I'm kind of getting there, then now my purists out there are not going to like this probably, because remember we said we love the silver, but you know, sometimes you got to give it a little schmackaroo once in a while. So we're gonna give it a little one of these. Let's flip it over to the other side. Hit it on the other side. There we got it. We got it. We got it, guys. Right here. Boom. Put the hammer back. I try my best to put my tools away as I'm working because, you know, your bench just gets full of stuff. So this is what we have right now. Now I'm going to take you with me, and I usually don't show this process, but I'm going to start hammering this. And I used to hammer it on this block. It's pretty loud. I don't have one of those thick metal steel blocks. If I have somebody out there, if there's anybody out there that has a big thick block that you see people work on, they put it on a tree stump and they hit it and it just goes dunk, dunk, dunk. Send me one. I need that. I need a piece of steel. It's kind of like cooking a piece of pork. You want to make sure it's cooked all the way so you don't get sick. All right, Johnny, we're getting pretty close right there. Look at that, friends. Ooh. Now, one of the most satisfying things to me is quenching this. So this is nice and red. We're going to go ahead and quench it in this plate of water. Look how long it takes. How fun. Now we're going to pound this just a little bit more. We got a good square right here, but we're going to give it a little bit more and just see how smaller we can get this. Because this is really at the max probably of my square roller on my rolling mill. So let's see if we can make our lives a little easier by thinning this out a little bit. All right, Hillbilly Billy's, whose name really is Billy's. We're going right here. And we're going to start. We're going to open our rollers all the way. We're going to do this like hillbillies. That's why I said that. When I was in high school, I had a friend. His name was Billy, and he was actually a hillbilly. So I used to always give all my friends nicknames. And his nickname was Hillbilly Billy, whose name really is Billy. He had the longest nickname of all the homies. But Hillbilly Billy, whose name really is Billy, is a real cool dude, actually. Real cool dude. You know who you are, Hillbilly Billy, whose name really is Billy. You and your curly hair. Okay, guys, we're going right here. We're just going to slowly work, and we're going to change the orientation of the ingot. Or the piece. We're going to change the orientation just so all the corners all have a turn to be inside the rollers, the roller grooves. And the reason why I do this is just so that we ensure that we're maintaining a squareness to the piece. Uniformity, is that a big word? Uniformity. Okay, right there, guys. You can see the grooves probably of the rollers are really making a nice square. That line down the middle, that will disappear. Now, if we wanted to, we could start rolling this out flat. If you want to have high bezel, like if you have big stones, and the wider the bezel, the more variation you have, because you could always cut to the height that you want. More material than not enough, as you guys know, is kind of like my motto. More material than not enough. And the analogy I always use is you don't go to the barber and ask him if he can add a little to the sides. You know, you just can't. So right here, I don't know if I've ever made bezel that wide before, but I do have some pretty big stones and some natural stones that would really benefit from having a very wide bezel. So let's open this all the way and let's see if we can even fit this through our rollers. I don't know if we can. Oh, we can. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, Johnny. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, we can do it, guys. So we're just going to make some really tall bezel. And I think on a different video, I'm going to make bezel by hand for people that don't have a roller. So, guys, in the comments, if you don't have a roller, will you put in the comments to make that video? Or would that just be a waste of time? Because I don't want to waste your time. Make a video like, oh, dude, nobody needs that video. No, I want to make videos people need, you know? My instincts say that it's about time to anneal. All right, back right here, guys. Quickly annealed. Let's keep working. Okay, that's still really thick. Let's do one more pass. Nice and light. So I'm gonna cut a piece of this because I know I'm gonna want some really thick bezel like that. So I'm gonna cut a piece that I could maybe cut into 2 bezels, 1 bezel, who knows, but I'm just gonna cut a piece. Put that for later because I'm gonna want that thickness. But let's keep rolling this to a thinner bezel that we can use on smaller stones. Guys, you want a thicker bezel on rings. Maybe you can get away with a thinner bezel on a pendant because it doesn't take the abuse. And it depends on your clients too. Like if you have like rock and roll clients that are out in the mosh pit, you got to make their jewelry a little bit different than grandma's, you know? Some people's grandmas are in the mosh pits, guys. Let's just be real. And that's nothing wrong, and there's nothing wrong with that. Ooh, that was falling off. That's good, thick, tall bezel. You can put a big old stone with that. Let's go in millimeters. This is 10 millimeter bezel right here, guys. Can you buy 10 millimeter bezel at Rio? I don't know, but you can make it. I'm gonna nail this and then we'll land this ship. Do you land a ship? No, we're gonna land this plane. We're gonna port this ship. Yeah, that's not a saying. I'm sorry. All right, friends, right here, this is the piece. I just annealed it. And you're probably wondering, wow, you got crooked bezel wire. And yeah, we do. But this stuff is so malleable when it's annealed that you can probably just finger massage it flat. And that's what I'm going to do right here. At least preliminarily. Get it kind of flat. Just press it against your block. See, this is a big angle right here, but we're going to push. And I don't know, I kind of like that little design right there that the roller kind of messed up. I don't know if you guys can see that. The roller, it went sideways. If you could, like, yeah, that's kind of cool. You never know, you're going to have happy accidents, right? They say. Shout out to Noble Art Dimensions. Shout out to Swift Eagle. Shout out to Nissa at Silica Dreams on Instagram. If you want some cabs, guys, to wrap these this bezel wire around, Silica Dreams on Instagram. You'll be happy you went there. She's good and she's cool, and she packages her product very nice. Her silvers, high grade American turquoise, or not silver, turquoise, high grade American turquoise. But she has silica. She has all kinds of gems and all kinds of stones. A bunch of stones. So right here, friends, this is what we're looking at. We got bezel wire. I can save this for whenever it's time, and I have plenty thick enough for any of my dreams to come true. Plenty tall for that. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Thought I had a big old stone, big old honking stone. Look at this piece of turquoise. I think this is from Leadville, Colorado. The area around Leadville, Colorado. Man, that's beautiful. But if you want to wrap this, guys, you're going to need some tall stone. Look. So we have plenty of height. Now you have variation. I can roll this even. This right here is, according to my gauge determiner, 22 gauge. 22 gauge, which is a lot thicker than what you would get at Rio, around 28 to 26. You can probably get 24, but it's nice to be able to have this option, to have this thick bezel wire for your stones to make all your dreams come true. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If it had value, please hit subscribe. Come back for another jewelry adventure. I hope this video is not too long and I wasn't too silly on it, but I'm having a good day. And I hope you guys are having a great day too. Make sure you drink plenty of water, hug your loved ones, be good to kids. If you're blessed enough to have your parents on this earth, go visit them, call them, let them know that you love them. Parents don't last forever. And grandmas. I don't know how old you are. Maybe your grandma's still alive. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I'm Benny. I'm out. Peace.